Welcome to Charlie Jane Speakers Radio. This is the show where we share speaking tips, tools, and resources to help you grow your public speaking business. Our goal at Charlie Jane is to get you, the speaker, on the platform in front of thousands of people so that you can teach and motivate your audience, enriching and empowering them to lead fulfilling lives. And now, here's your host, Wendy McNeil.
Hi there, it's Wendy McNeil here with Charlie Jane Speakers, and thank you for tuning in to today's podcast. Today I'm going to talk about consistency and why it is important, why consistency is everything as a speaker. It's going to be a great podcast, but first I want to welcome you, as I always do on all my podcasts, over to our free Facebook group. It is called Grow Your Speaking Business. It's a phenomenal Facebook group of wonderful, amazing, talented speakers that are new. Some have been doing it for a few years, and some have been doing it for 10, 20, and up years. Everybody is so willing to help each other grow. Hop on over there. It's called Grow Your Speaking Business, and you can be found on Facebook, or an easy way to get there is to just put in your browser Speaking Biz, B-I-Z, community.com. Speaking Biz community.com will get you over there as well. Now, on to today's podcast, why consistency is everything as a speaker. Now, I often meet speakers that, they tell me that they struggle to get secure gigs. It's a constant struggle. It's one gig after the next gig after the next gig. They're never booked out, months in advance, a year in advance. And, after I do just a little bit more digging and kind of check to see maybe where the to see where maybe some of the trouble spots are, the same issue always pops up. Time after time. No one knows who they are. No one knows who they are. It's not that they don't have, a good speaking website, or that they don't have any, maybe some published posts on their website. It's about the fact that they haven't built any trust or credibility within their field. In other words, no one knows who they are, or what they do, what they represent. While the obvious solution is to get more speaking engagements, it's not so cut and dry, right? Many speakers get stuck in a vicious cycle of not being booked and therefore unable to build trust and authority. However, there is a way forward, and that is simply being consistent. Simply being consistent. Consistency is absolutely key. And I'm going to say this again. I have been doing this for 2 decades, been working with meeting planners. I've been working with speakers. I've been building my own business. Consistency is absolutely key if you want to grow your speaking business. If you're not sure what I mean, I'm going to explain it. The importance of consistency in business, it's tough out there, at the beginning, but by being consistent, you can start to paint a picture to the wider world of who you are, of what you deliver, and how you deliver it, right? That is the importance of consistency in any business. And a speaking business is like any other business. You cannot take a quote unquote build it and they will come approach. You have to be out there every single day. Okay, reminding people of who you are and what you do. It means being on top of your social media networks, writing blog posts at least once a week or every other week about, your related topic, and getting out there to promote yourself. Maybe local events, seminars, and speak for free. If you're just starting, speak for free. While it's tough, while gigs aren't coming in, it's even more important during those months when you're not speaking to get yourself relevant. Why consistency is important for speakers. Consistency feeds into everything you need to be a successful speaker. It builds trust, it builds likability, it builds visibility, and ultimately it builds what? Clients, sales, gigs. Consistency is a prerequisite for any successful speaker. Suppose you are all over the place, right, when it comes to your subject matter. Or you go through prolonged spells without effectively marketing your services. In that case, you're never going to make any lasting impressions on your target audience, right? Clients, they're going to want to know what they are going to get beforehand. If you've spoken on, a range of topics, they aren't going to see you as a specialist in your field and won't be able to predict your ability to speak to a particular topic. However, by being consistent on a specific subject, you can put them at ease since they know exactly what to expect. Planners looking to book speakers also want to know that the person they will hire will deliver valuable knowledge in an engaging manner. They love knowing a speaker has been everywhere, and knows a lot of people in their industry. That's why you must get out there as often as possible and as consistently as possible. And I know I sound like a broken record because I'm always talking about consistency. I talk to my ladies group, I'm always talking about consistency because it is so important and is key, right? Others might dabble a little in the speaking game for a few weeks, maybe a few months. But if you go into your speaking venture with a consistent mindset and knowing that it will be several months before you gain traction, you are much more likely to develop a successful speaking business with longevity. So you're wondering, how do I remain consistent as a speaker? Wendy, how do I do that? Consistency is a broad term in the context of a speaking business, so it's difficult to narrow it down to a couple of elements. However, I'll cover two areas of consistency here. Being consistent in your actions and being consistent across your brand. Okay, I want you to do something every single day that moves your speaking business forward. This is very important. The first element of consistency is doing something every day that moves the needle, right? If you only work on your speaking business when you have a massive burst of motivation, you're never going to get anywhere. Remember, motivation gets you started, but consistency keeps you going. I'm going to say that again. Motivation gets you started, but consistency keeps you going. The best way to stay consistent in this regard is by doing something every single day related to your business. Even if your business centers on public speaking, blogging about topics that relate to your specialist subject is still helpful, as is posting on social media, recording a podcast just as I am right now, or giving a free speech at a local event. It doesn't matter what it is. You just need to stay consistent. You need to be doing something every day, no matter what. Also very important is staying consistent across your brand. I have been guilty of this before. But again, I've been in business with Charlie Jane Speakers for almost 2 decades. I've learned a lot. Trust me. I've grown very wise in my older age. Hey, it's my birthday week. I just remembered. It's my birthday. It's my birthday Friday. Actually, tomorrow. It'll be the day after this podcast is released. But anyway, got a little off track there. Anyways, I want you to stay consistent across your brand, because as you grow as a speaker, you're going to eventually become recognized for your personal brand as much as the content of your talks. That's why it's vital to stay consistent across the board so you develop a specific reputation. All right? Otherwise, planners are going to struggle, to try and figure you out. Who you are, what you do. And when I'm talking about consistency here, I am talking about everything from, let's say, your blog to your podcast, to your social media, to your branding, and even the way you dress. That way, when someone lays eyes on your branding, no matter what, no matter what that medium is, they will remember you when they re-encounter it later down the road. I'm going to give you an example. Okay? And I've done this in the past. But if you use blue banners and a reserved personality on your website, you're just kind of quiet and shy. You just have a reserved personality on your website. But you use red banners and are rather loud on social media, and then, that is merely going to cause confusion to every potential follower or client. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Keep everything consistent across the board. Make sure everything is consistent. Everything, your titles to your taglines, your planner page, your products, your talks themselves. You'll never be able to build a lasting business otherwise. Consistency is key, guys, gals, okay? You can enlist the help of others to keep your actions consistent, all right? As you'll now hopefully appreciate, consistency is everything when it comes to growing your speaking business. Without it, any success you obtain is going to be short-lived. From consistent messaging across your brand to constantly moving your business forward, consistency is vital to all speakers. Now, one way to ensure that you do remain consistent in both regards is to have the input, all right, and support of others. This is super important. You can join others in similar positions. You can gain greater accountability, and you can receive feedback concerning inconsistent branding. And that is why that is one of the reasons why I started our Facebook group, Grow Your Speaking Biz. It's a group full of passionate and talented speakers, like I mentioned earlier in the podcast. They are all so willing to help to keep each other on track. Offer constructive feedback is priceless. And swap tips and tricks, on remaining consistent. Very important. So, hopefully you got my message today. Talk about it often, and I'll keep talking about it for many, many years to come. But being consistent is extremely important. And like I said, if you do need help, hop over to our Facebook group. We're a happy group of people, and I would be happy to welcome you over there. Grow Your Speaking Business on Facebook, or put into your browser speakingbizcommunity.com, speakingbizcommunity.com. You can also hop over to charliejane.com, charlijane.com, and learn what it is that I do for speakers. And I will look forward to seeing you over in our Facebook group. And if you have just a minute, I would love a review. It only takes a few minutes, and it would really help me out. And I want to personally thank you on one of my upcoming podcasts. That is it, everybody. I will talk to you later. Have a fantastic day. Bye.